So I was on the fence about another story time this time around, so I decided to pick and do a little poll and see what you guys thought. So you guys decided to pick, you wanted to hear the story about how I accidentally crashed my parents' car, so here we go. When I was 15 years old, I barely had any driving experience at the time, really. I think I had maybe drove in one or two parking lots before I went through driver's ed. Then I did a couple months of driver's ed, and then I pretty much just had to drive again with my mom. She just wanted some practice, so we went to an abandoned little park and everything, and we decided to drive around in the parking lot for a little bit and all that. And I don't know if it was because of the brakes or because I didn't know how to fully brake or something, or I don't even know what it was. Maybe it was just because of the brakes, because she had an old car at the time, and we were just driving around and everything, and I accidentally got up onto the curb of a median little area where this park had a bunch of little trees in it. So I accidentally got onto the curb of that, and I accidentally rammed it into a tree essentially, and I think the tree fell down, and the engine had a big dent in it and everything. The hood did, and apparently we wanted to get the car fixed, but it had cost apparently more than the car was even worth to do that. So we had, I guess, just declined it and said no and everything. So and then after that, my parents were pretty upset. My mom was more understanding and was all, hey, he just didn't mean to. My dad was pretty mad. I mean, he was so mad that he didn't even want to talk to me about it. And I even tried to give him all the money I had back at the time when I was 15. I didn't even have a job yet. I tried to give him, I think, $200 that I saved up, and some of that was even my birthday money. But I guess he was either really mad, didn't want to talk to me, or what. He just said no, that he didn't want it and everything. So then, pretty much after I had accidentally crashed it, we had to have somebody tow it away and everything. And the cops came to her house, and they just asked basically what happened and everything. And apparently, I don't know if I actually had to do it or if anything, but I had heard something about we might have to pay a fee to the city or something just because it was actually public property. I mean, no shit, there were freaking little kids running around and everything. Not in the parking lot, I obviously wouldn't hit a little kid. I mean, we were at a park, obviously, so there must have been little kids running around and everything. And I think one person had said this like little kid was like 2 years old, and he went, "That car went boom," and I just thought that was kind of funny, I guess. But I was still upset about it and everything and all that, and I definitely didn't mean to and anything like that. And it was just kind of goofy and everything. And I guess now driving again, I would learn and probably would never do that again and everything. And yeah, just be careful and all that. And yeah, the police officer is at least nice because I've had some awful police officers to deal with. Some of them will just walk up to me, and like literally this one police officer walked up to me and asked if I was on drugs, and I told him no. And he pulls out like a breathalyzer thing and tells me to use it, and I did. And then he goes, "Oh, so you're not on alcohol, you're on something else." And I go, "I'm not on drugs, officer." So he tried doing some sobriety tests that he made me walk and stuff and all of that, and I was perfectly fine. And he even asked, if I was selling drugs, and I told him no, of course not. And then he asked me to turn in my pockets, and I go, "Here's my wallet, here's my phone. That's all that there is on there." And then literally, there was the other time with the story where an officer thought I was drinking lean. So that's ridiculous. It just was a ridiculous story and everything, and I just think it's pretty crazy. And yeah, it's just a pretty crazy story. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this little story time. So we'll see you guys next time.